Howdy folks, it's Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and the Caribbean World Update is here. It's free, get it for yourselves. That also means 3 more bush trips to complete, which is awesome. They're not terribly long, but we are going to start with the shortest one. Puerto Rico Memoirs. Let's go here. This is also the first time I've done a bush trip with my switch panel and multi-panel, which I gave you a preview of in a previous video. So I have to get that into my workflow, and we'll see how it interacts with the bush trips, because sometimes you start the plane running, sometimes you don't. And sometimes you have autopilot, sometimes you don't. Okay, the Turbo Portal G950 Turbo Porter, we will have autopilot. Cool. We'll talk about that when the time comes. Alrighty, how are we going to do this? I think we'll do this in 3 videos. Let's just do 3 short videos instead of combining legs, because there's only 3 legs. The flight conditions, we'll see if it's flyable. Sometimes if it's not flyable, you can change the weather for yourselves. We have done some of these bush trips where it starts in real world weather and it's not flyable. So we'll see. It's looking kind of nasty. And I do know this plane. We have flown this plane before without floats though. So I know the plane. Weather we can change hopefully if we need to. 3 short legs. Alright, let's start reading about this and let's get going. Puerto Rico is a United States island territory located on the northeastern periphery of the Caribbean Sea at its juncture with the Atlantic Ocean. Technically a Commonwealth, Puerto Rico, I finally got it, Puerto Rico comprises of over 140 islands, only the 3 largest of which are inhabited. The main island of Puerto Rico, Vieques Island, and Culebra Island. The main island of Puerto Rico lies 1,000 miles southeast of Miami, Florida, at the eastern extremity of the Greater Antilles Archipelago. The island, which measures 110 miles east to west and 40 miles north to south, is predominantly hilly, mountainous throughout its interior and has a narrow coastal belt. Too far. Located deep within the tropics, Puerto Rico, I can't roll my R's anymore, experiences a tropical rainforest climate throughout most of the area. Temperatures are warm to hot throughout most of the year, and the island experiences 2 distinct seasons, a rainy season from April to November, and a dry season from December to March. Most of Puerto Rico's 3.3 million inhabitants live along the island's coast, with the capital San Juan having the highest population density. I had a friend who lived in this area, and I asked him about rain season, and depending where you are, but sometimes rain season just means it'll rain a little bit at 1 p.m. every day, and that's your rainy season. Other times you have monsoons, so I'm curious which one that is. Puerto Rico boasts a rich history that stretches back millennia. The Taino, indigenous people of the Caribbean region, established numerous villages between the 7th and 11th centuries. Italian explorer Christopher Columbus arrived at the island in 1493 during a second expedition to the New World, naming the island San Juan Bautista. Years later, the capital city was established on the northern coast of the island and came to be known as the Ciudad de Puerto Rico, Rich Port City. City of Port City. Today, which is today San Juan. Eventually, the entire island was called Puerto Rico. It's so hard because in the United States we say Puerto Rico, but it's not. It's Puerto Rico. Under Spanish rule, Puerto Rico, still didn't get it right, developed an extensive agriculture economy in the subsequent centuries, producing sugar, tobacco, and coffee, among other cash crops. Puerto Rico became an American territory in the wake of the Spanish-American War, which ended in 1898. Puerto Rico has some of the most beautiful scenery in the Caribbean region. From the air, pilots can gaze upon turquoise water, winding stretches of beach, and forests of mountain, all in one vista. This bush trip explores Puerto Rico with a circumnavigation of the island, going around the island. Beginning on the eastern tip, the journey winds clockwise along the coast, passing over notable interior landmarks. The flight ends on the northern coast at the capital of San Juan. Hour and 43 minutes, so it'll take me like 6 days. I'm just kidding. Alright, 3 legs. First leg in this video. Let's hope my switch panel and multi-panel don't screw things up, and we can test autopilot. And let's see, hopefully I'm not too clunky. Let's get going. And there is an image of the trip from start to finish. Pretty cool. It's going to be very exciting, I think. I know it will be. It's always exciting. Alright, starts cold and dark, which all the bush trips have been lately. The original ones are always up and running for you. Boy, that is loud wind. Jeez, I have to turn my volume down. Alrighty, let's just look around briefly, see where we are, see where we're going. Pretty significant airport. Alrighty, cool. You can see all the islands out there to the east. And we're just going to head that way, I assume, and just head around the island for about an hour and 45 minutes or so. What's my reset key for my camera? I can't remember. Okay, it's Q. When did I change that? How long has it been since I've flown in the simulator? I haven't flown since... Have I flown since Christmas? I don't, doesn't matter. Anyway, let's get familiar with this airplane super fast. Alright, there's my regular view. There is our close-up. And some buttons over there. Why is that on? I have nav on my... No, I have strobe on my thing. Where's strobe? Uh-oh. I just touched my panel. And everything stopped working. Okay, whatever. We'll see if my panel works. You can hear it clicking. Okay, map there, looking at stuff here, I guess. Okay. Fine. What's over here? Just to view, and view. Okay, let's see if I can start this up without a checklist, because I don't have it in front of me. So let's head over here. We're going to need some type of battery. Okay, something went ding ding. That works. Okay, cool. It didn't work in here, though. So... it worked on my switch panel when something went ding, but nothing is working here. Okay, fine. Fuel pump, that doesn't do anything either. Ignition starter, we'll worry about that in a minute. And what we need a strobe light because we're going to start our, come on now. We're going to want a strobe light because we're starting our motors, our engine. That can be fine. What's that light over there? I can't see what that says. Lights, instrument, I don't know what that says. Let me move over. It says cabin lights. Don't need cabin lights. Alright, so we got power. We need fuel somehow. So let's turn on our fuel and our yoke. Let's put props forward a little bit there. Do we have fuel tank to turn on or anything? No. Okay, let's go back over here. Fuel pump. I have a fuel pump on my switch panel. That's on. Pitot heat, don't need it yet. Everything else, panel lights don't matter. Call flaps can be closed. You hear me clicking things. And let's start this up. So let's do starter on and ignition. And does it start up? It should start up. Whoa, that was cool. It jerked around a little bit. Looks like we're up and running. So that's good. So let's see, what do we need to do? Fuel pump will keep on avionics master. Okay, that works on my switch panel. Strobe lights are on. Whoops, strobe lights are on. Panel lights are on. Beacon, let's turn on because I just bumped it. Nav will do that under the runway if I remember. Taxi lights, let's do that. We'll be taxiing in a moment. Call flaps are closed. Open. Doesn't matter on this aircraft. Oh boy. Let's come over here. Do call flaps do anything? I don't see anything, so we're not worried about those. Alrighty, let's see here. What else? Let's go over here. Okay, that's already on. You don't have to push anything there. And autopilot is here. I have autopilot on my dealio. Now, ways to navigate while this is doing its thing. Whoa, why are you running? Come back. Ways to navigate. You can use the navlog and timing and heading and everything, right? If we had an old aircraft, we would do that. Or you can use autopilot. You can use the GPS, which we have in this aircraft, so we might as well take advantage of it. And then we'll use autopilot. Autopilot has nothing to do with navigation. In this sense, we're just going to use autopilot to hold the airplane so we can look around. But because we have GPS, we'll hold it to GPS. Make sense? We have nothing to prove to anybody, so we'll navigate however we want to. If we come out to this view, though, and let the HUD come up, which you cannot turn off, by the way, sometimes, well, hang on, let's go back inside. If you switch this to CDI, or switch the CDI to GPS or FMS, if it weren't in here, you can come out here and fly a little with this. So some of the older aircraft, you can come here and cheat. It's not cheating. Flight simulators, whatever you make of it. But you can use this purple line to follow the path if you want to as well. Alright, fuel tanks. I don't know. Our fuel must be full, right? Yeah, fuel is full. I don't know if it switches tanks automatically. We'll find out very quickly. Alright, anything we can do down here that isn't on my thing? Let's see. On my panel, I got pitot heat. Let's turn that on even though we're down there. I don't care. De-ice will keep off. Fuel pump will keep on. Avionics is on. Again, looking at my switch panel. Landing lights in a minute. Taxi lights are on. Strobe is on. Nav will be in a minute. Whoops, hit it anyway. Beacon is on. Panel lights. Cowl flaps don't care about right now. So let's turn on the cockpit fan and cabin fan. Why is anti-ice on here, but it's not on in my dealio? We'll turn it on anyway. External fuel control, don't care. Alrighty, everything over here is turned on that we want. Landing lights will do in a minute. Yes, 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 yes. We'll get them up. Landing light, what? Must be outside. Don't need standby power, we'll leave a little open. Okay, cool. Alright, talk about the navigation. We talked about getting the airplane started. As far as the navlog, let's see what we're doing. Lift off into the sky from José, Aponte, Hernández Airport and turn to the southwest and gain a visual on Highway 53. Follow the highway to the town of Nugawato, which is located just to the south of the highway. That's only 2.5 minutes out. Does anything with elevation? I think we're going to be pretty much over the water. And the reason, yeah, yes we are. Oh, there's some elevation there. The reason I'm asking is because I want to set up autopilot. And I was hoping the navlog would tell us, and it doesn't have anything but elevation, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Here we go. So on my multi-panel, you can't see me, but you can see stuff happening here in the middle of your screen. Let's go 2,000 feet just to be safe, and then we're going to set vertical speed. We're going to do vertical speed. Oh, I can't set this ahead of time. Okay, never mind. We'll do 1,200 feet per minute when it gets to be there. So never mind. Never mind. We will worry about that in there. So some autopilots you can set up ahead of time. Other times you can't. So vertical speed right now. Why does it? Maybe I can change it. Let me see here. Vertical speed. No, that's just going to change altitude. Yep. Vertical. Please change my vertical speed for me. Whoa. That's changing on my multi-panel. We'll have to see when we get in the air. Yeah, let's play with it in the air. Okay, never mind. And then we'll set the rest of it. Well, I can hit... I should go hit nav now. I'm not going to hit nav yet. Until we're in the air. Okay, never mind. Whatever. This is the most... dejunked? Scattered bush trip start I've ever had. Whatever. Because I got new hardware, new workflow. Airplane we're learning, and it's been like 3 months. Okay, we talked about our first thing. We're in there. We're going to follow the highway, look for a town. That's 3 minutes out. But right after that, which is why we're talking about this now before we fly, we're going to adjust course and go over the White River, fly over a forest. You can read this if you want to, or I'm going to lose my voice if I say it. We're going to head to Vieques, second largest city. So we're going to fly over, look for some cities. That's what we're going to do. Alrighty, we're not going to worry about ATC. We're just going to take off, or taxi over there. Yep, and see what's going on. So here we go. Taxi view, reset that. Take off the parking brake. And as we're doing this, let's get flaps down 1. There we go. And we'll get ready to go. And then we'll get back into our groove. Don't worry. This is the first bush trip you've seen with me. Don't give up on me yet. We'll get back into our workflow. It's just been a really long time. Wow. Must be the wind, but these rudder pedals are incredibly sensitive. Let's pull up the weather, see if it's live weather. What's going on with the weather here? It is using live weather. Okay, so if it's too much, well, this is where we're headed. I don't expect you to MEDAR from any of these. Oh, okay. I mean, this might not be our weather here, but it is 15 knot winds gusting to 20. Maybe? Feels like it in the rudders. Wow. Anyway, if the real world weather or live weather right now is too much, we can change it to something flyable. I have tried other activities where I didn't know you could change it, and it was bad, but those make some pretty awesome videos. I think it's the transcontinental videos that I did from about a year ago in the spirit of St. Louis. Those had live weather. It was oh gosh, we're going to tip over from the wind. Look at this. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. we might not be able to do this with real weather. Okay, taxi lights off, landing lights on. Nav lights on as well. So everything is on except for taxi lights because we're using landing lights. Fuel pump is on, everything is on. We are ready to take off, everybody. Except I'm really nervous right now. Alright. So let's get in the air. We'll engage autopilot and then we'll look around. There are cars in the way, but doesn't matter. Look out, everybody. Do we have a horn? Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, full right rudder. The wind is blowing us. Look at this. The wind is so bad. Oh, it might register as a crash if we don't get back on that runway. Well, we should probably take off here. Oh, come on. Can we get up? Oh, look at that windsock. This is insane. Flaps coming up. Gear coming up. I can actually use my thingamabobber. Holy moly. Gear came up, right? Yeah, it's coming up right now. Okay.
Don't sink.
I'm not sinking. I'm trying to fly in insane weather. Oh, man. This might not look crazy to you, but this is extremely difficult to fly this right now. Oh, my word. Okay. Let's try this autopilot thing. I'm going to hit autopilot. I'm going to hit nav. And I really want my vertical speed to come up. Okay, it's changing here. It's not changing here, but it's changing here. So that's perfect. Okay. I guess it was changing the whole time. I was just so obsessed with this panel. I wasn't looking at this panel. I'm yelling because it's very loud. Let's turn the vertical speed down. So don't go too fast. We want to stay around Y. See? So there's a Y there. That's the rate of climbs. Okay, we can increase vertical speed a little bit. Holy moly. Okay. Whew. Clunky, but we got going. I love this multi-panel. I wish you could see what I was doing, though. I guess you can see by watching numbers, but it's really smooth. So altitude is set. I think it's high enough. It might not be, but whatever. Vertical speed is set. IS hold doesn't apply. Heading doesn't apply because we're using nav, which is the GPS over here. There we go. I don't want heading up. I'm going to have to fix that. Okay, I think I can calm down for a minute. Jeez, I'm so out of practice. That's okay, though. My videos are getting boring and dull because it was all exactly the same thing all the time. So I'm glad it's a little clumsy today. Makes me happy. And it's different. Alright, so there's the first city we're supposed to look at, I believe. There's the highway. Yeah, this would be south. Would this be south? I believe that would be south. No. I thought we had to turn a corner. I guess we already turned the corner. Really? Okay, we already turned the corner. No, here we go. It's up here we're looking for. I jumped the gun. Alrighty, okay. We're at our altitude, but I gotta keep an eye on our speed. If we're too much in the yellow, we will register to crash. We have to redo it, so let's not. Let's fix this thing here. Menu, map settings, yes, I want to do north up. Thank you. Enter, enter, menu, menu. I don't know how to go back. Clear, clear. There you go. I prefer north up. Sorry. Alrighty, so we're coming up. See, yeah, right here. Coming up on our first city, which is below us, so we have to come out here. Whoa, come out here to look. Beautiful. Now, considering all my stuff is maxed out, and this is highly detailed, this doesn't look as fantastic as it could be, but maybe it's just the nature of the autogen there. I don't know. I'm gonna not complain yet. It's too soon to complain about scenery. It's just when there's a bush trip, it means they have the best scenery available, and they should be bragging about it. That looks good. It was just that city that looked kind of crappy. So I have very high expectations for scenery and bush trips. Always have. Alrighty, so now we're looking for another city, which is right there under the nose. We'll see how that one looks, and then we'll read more of the nav log and see where we're going. So yes, using GPS and autopilot to navigate these bush trips might seem lame, but we have nothing to prove to anybody. We have done over 50 of these, I believe. We're coming up on 50 bush trips. We have navigated all different ways. So since we have the GPS available to us, we might as well use it. And again, autopilot hasn't anything to do with navigation, even though we're using the nav setting. It's so that we can hold the airplane and look around. So we have done a lot of autopilot with heading setting and navigating on our own with the Navilog and everything. We've done it all different ways. So again, we have nothing to prove to anybody. But here you go. The village or commonwealth on the edge of the island. Just beautiful. I've been looking forward to these Caribbean bush trips for months. So I'm so excited that they're finally here. Alright, let's look out the window while we read about the next greatest thing. They still don't collapse these, do they? If you open it up. Nope. In the very beginning, if you collapsed these, they would stay collapsed. It was amazing. And they, I guess, fixed it by not having them collapse. And it drives me nuts. Alrighty. Next thing, 5 minutes out. At the city, which we did, adjust course slightly to the north and follow the coastline, staying just inland, pass over the small village of Buena Vista, and then pass over the town of Yabucoa. I should be way better at these pronunciations. I spoke Spanish for a couple years. Why can't I do it? Anyway, I'm trying my best. Looks like we're going to hit some stuff. So we got to increase our altitude. When we get there, we'll read about the next thing. I think we'll do these one at a time, because if I do what I sometimes do, which is read all of them and just give you sightseeing clips of them in between, and we're suddenly done, the video would be 10 minutes long. So I think we're going to take our time with this and read about stuff as we go. So we're looking for this town, which that is going to uncollapse itself. So we have a little bit of ways to go. It's right before the mountain base, so it's right there. We can already see it. We're going to climb. We want to be 1,000 feet above our train, so let's go back to altitude. Let's go to 4,200 feet. Vertical speed can stay the same. So what do we need to do to climb? Do I just hit vertical speed? Nope, it went back to 0. Do I? Nope, that's changing altitude. Vertical speed. Okay, that's how it works in this one then. I don't know. It's going to be different in every aircraft. So I switched my multi-panel to vertical speed and then increased it to 1,000, and then it started to climb. I'm used to, like, flight level training and stuff in the jets. So I drew a blank for a minute, but we figured it out before we crashed into the mountains. Alrighty, so what do we do at this point if we have time in between? Well, we do some sightseeing where I jump out of the airplane, stop talking, and give you clips of the scenery, but we're almost at our destination, so let's just look outside together at the beautiful landscape. And then before you know it, we'll be at our little city at the bottom of the mountains. And then we'll read about the next greatest thing. So there's looking forward, and there's looking backward. Just beautiful. Our ITT was in the red, so I did bring it back a little bit, just to keep it out of danger. Continuing to climb, we could climb more steeply, because we're above the Y, right? But we're just going to see where we are. We're almost there. 1,000 feet to go. We probably don't need to go that much higher, actually, so let's bring this down to like 3,600. That's better. Don't want to get too high, because then it's hard to see the scenery, right? And we've talked about that before. Different ways of navigating bush trip, or navigating. Find bush trips. You can stay high above your highest terrain and just fly, but then you can't see details on the ground. Or you can stay low to the ground and climb, and go back to the ground and climb, go back to the ground and climb to get up and down over the terrain and still see things. We kind of do a compromise here. Stay low for a while, climb if we have to, and then stay high, maybe come back down. But there we go. There's the town we're supposed to look at, so if you want to look at it more, pause the video, but we're going to keep moving forward here. So back in the airplane we go, reading about the next greatest thing. And I wish these stayed collapsed like the old days, but they don't. Okay, we'll read about the next two because we're almost done. Turn due west course and fly along the Highway 3 corridor, staying just north of the southern coastline of the island. Fly past the Bahia de Hobos, an important interdial. I can't see. What? I need new glasses. I just got new glasses. Interdial estuary. Okay. Compromising extensive coral reefs, mangroves, and seagrass communities. All those words come from Minecraft. Where does Minecraft come from, the words? Continue following the Highway 3 to the fishing village of Salinas, which is right up there. I can see it already. And then we look for an airport across the northern extremity of Bahia de Ricon, then gain visual on the Santa Isabel Airport, which lies just north side of Puerto Rico Highway 1 to the east of the town of Santa Isabel, If there's no accents, you accent the penultimate syllable. Santa Isabel. Land at the Santa Isabel airport and bring this leg of the journey to an end. Okay. So, we're going to fly here and then land. So once we cross the second little mountain range, we'll descend. And then we'll get nice and low and land. So there you go. Now we'll get into some sightseeing where I shut up for a minute and you get to look at the scenery with me. And before you know it, we'll be over the town. And then we'll land just over there. So, see you in a minute. Alright, I've already lowered us down to 1,800 feet, so let's actually go down to 1,500 now. Let's go down to 1,200. And vertical speed. Bring us down a little bit here. I also brought our speed down a little bit, so once we see the airport, we can do flaps and gear and everything. Oh my gosh, look at that crosswind represented in the thing. Alright, we're looking back at the city while we get on track here. The wind is just going crazy town. But there you go, that was the last POI. Now we're heading to the airport. And I think I see it. Maybe not, maybe I'm just being hopeful. Let's, well, we're a minute and a half out. Straight in front of us. Could be. So now it's time to turn off autopilot. And we're gonna hand fly this thing. Is that it there? That might be it there. Alright, gear down. You can come out here and actually watch animation now that I have a panel for it. Whoa, let's pay attention. First set of flaps while we're at it. Okay, flying outside is not good. There we go. Alright, bring back throttles and those up to slow down. So throttles, bringing them back will descend. Increasing them will ascend. And then you use your pitch or your attitude to control your speed. And let's do full flap. I believe we have 2 sets of flaps. We do. And hopefully the wind doesn't make us crash. As I said, I don't want to have to redo this last section.
500.
Or whatever it would make us do. Man. So crosswind landing. Ooh, left wing down. Right rudder to compensate. Left main, right main. Then nose wheel. Sturdy landing. Do not want to grease a crosswind landing. You could like slide roll, basically. But oh man, this is gonna be crazy. All right, we might have to turn off real weather for the next part. I don't know. Fuel pump is on in case we have to go around. Everything is on the way it needs to be. Okay, here we go. This is making me nervous because I can say it's kind of unfair that the weather is so bad, but I like to use real weather when we can. We just gotta grow these trees so we don't clip them on the wheels. We have lots of runway, way more runway than it looks. Okay, there are the trees. Now let's nosedive past the trees. Oh gosh, the wind is so bad. The wind is so bad. Full right rudder. Oh my, that's full right rudder. Okay, soften it out. Oh, soften, stop. No, 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 don't hit. There we go. Boom, brakes. We have reversers. And it's so windy. I can't. Oh, I can't do this. It's too windy. It's too windy. I got reversers in full. Hit a tree, caused a crash. Oh my gosh, that was way too windy to do that. That was horrible. Let's go from here. See where this takes us. Oh, I'll try. I don't know. Do I want to try again? Is it worth it to try again, or should I clear up the weather? Because that was stupid. Oh, that was just bad. Let's see what's going on here. Says autopilot is engaged. I don't want. Oh boy, it's gonna be all glitchy now, isn't it? It's gonna be all glitchy. What's happening here? Hang on. Hang on. What altitude do we want? We want. Let's do 1,500 feet. Let's do vertical speed of. There we go. Now autopilot is off. Autopilot is on. It's not registering at vertical speed now. Look at. How about if I do vertical speed here? Nope. And there it goes there. Okay. 700, 800. But why isn't it registering here? Let's do gear up. What are flaps set to? Flaps are up. That's weird. So vertical speed is working there and is working there. But it isn't working on my multi-panel. And it's not showing up there. Huh. Is it using nav? Okay, it's using nav. Okay. Weird. Anyway, there's an airport though, so screw that. Autopilot off. Gear down. Let's try this again. And is my throttle not responding to me? Yeah, it's responding. I'm looking at the engine gauges. Okay, it's responding. First set of flaps down. Actually, let's do second set of flaps. Trim is all out of whack. It's so difficult. Nose down does nothing. It's so horrible when they make you restart something like this, because everything is out of whack. Oh gosh, now it's working. No, it isn't. Okay, yeah, now it's working. Okay, that was nuts. That was insane. I'm gonna have a crash just from the moving the plane around. We'll try this again. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to clean up weather and try it a third time. This does have reversers, right? Yeah. So I got reversers engaged. The last time I got reversers engaged, my rudder wasn't responding because it was too windy. We started tipping over, and then I clipped a tree with the left wing, even though we almost had it. So close. Alright, let me get in there. We'll try this again. Oh yeah, I forgot that I have a pitch trim wheel on my multi-panel. I keep using the one on my yoke, but the one on the multi-panel responds way better. So I need to start doing that. Oh my gosh. Okay, here comes the wind. I'm going to adjust my flying position ever so slightly. Oh my gosh, I have no control. What's going on? Ever so slightly so I can make sure reversers engage. So let's go like that. Holy moly. This is not cool. What is this? Wind just got worse. Look at it, blew us to the right. Oh my word. Alright, let's just creep in there. Ever so slightly. If I land this thing and don't crash, this is like beyond expert flight landing challenge crap. This is ridiculous. It doesn't look as bad on video, I can tell, but it's really bad. This is so bad. Alright, we should be over the trees now. Yeah, we are. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't do that. Oh my. Come on. Right wing down, left rudder. Yeah. Left down, right rudder. Let's start over here. So, I don't care if we stall. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, and reversers are working, brakes, and left wing down, right rudder. Okay. That looked smooth, but that was not smooth. That was horrible to land like that and not tip it to the right. It wanted to roll over to the right. Did you see that? Okay. Wow. We got it down. We're going to keep live weather on if we can. Subscribe so you know when leg 2 comes live. Hit the like button so people know we're doing this. I think I'm the only person doing every single bush trip still. And stay tuned and join for the next leg in the next video. I need some water. I'll be back. See you then.